Hello from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I am Ian Tregillis, author of The Mechanical, and I send warm greetings to my new friends and readers in Turkey. It's both a joy and an honor for me to share my novel with readers around the world, so far from this room where I wrote it. I am so deeply grateful to everybody who has picked up this book. For me, writing can be a very slow and lonely process. So this book represents about a year's worth of evenings and weekends spent at a keyboard. But if the result brightens even one person's day, just one day, it's worth it for me, really. So I hope that my book can do that for you. Before I was a writer, of course, I was a reader, like all of us. And the sheer joy of getting lost in a good book is something that I have cherished since I was a child, reading in bed at night with a flashlight under the covers. My greatest aspiration as a novelist is simply to create a story that other readers can fall into in a similar way. When I started writing The Mechanical, about 8 years ago now, the prospect of a global pandemic seemed, on the one hand, like ancient history, and on the other hand, like a wild science fictional flight of imagination. But now, here we are, in the autumn of 2020, with months left to go in what has been a very dark and I think probably quite difficult year for a lot of people around the world. Stories are, I think, a form of magic, and the written word is very powerful indeed. But sometimes we don't need world-changing magic. Sometimes just a little bit is enough to get us through the day. Just a little bit will do. Sometimes it's enough to indulge in that simple, but I think undeniably ancient magic of getting lost in a good story. So that's my goal when I write a novel. At heart, all I am trying to do is to tell myself a story that I would love to read. So I blended my fascination with the peculiar twists and turns of history, my love of science fiction, a healthy respect for philosophy, a dash of magic, and I won't deny it, my overriding weakness for adventure tales. And I used those signposts as a guide to take myself, and not to mention Jax, the robot protagonist of The Mechanical, on a journey. I hope you enjoy it.